Hello friends, welcome to Testingshala YouTube channel. In this video, I will be covering various types of software testing, browser compatibility testing. So what is all about browser compatibility testing? The main aspect here is these days there are many operating systems are there. You name it, we have Windows, we have Linux, we have Solaris, we have Macintosh, right? Windows, there are so many operating systems. Again, each operating system we have different browsers as well. We have Windows, we have a Firefox is there, we have Chrome, we have IE. There are so many browsers again. Again, each browser again they have multiple variances in different operating systems. Basically, whatever the application which you are developing, especially this is a web application, we'll have to ensure that the application which is working in Windows browser should be able to, if somebody is trying to access in Mac OS, then the Chrome which is available there or the browser which is available in the Macintosh should, using those browser, your application should work seamlessly, right, without having any challenges. So that is a aspects in the browser compatibility testing where we would be testing just to guarantee that your application would be working across all different combinations of browsers. So next type of testing is backward compatibility testing. So backward compatibility testing is nothing but, let's say we have a latest release. Let's say we have a release 10. So when we are trying to give a fix to release 10, right? There are certain features which are there in release 10, which is there also in the release 9, which is there also in the release 8, 7. Now, when some fixes you have made at the release highest version, then you should give the same fixes to the previous releases as well, such as 9, 8, because same issue which is there in the release 10 is also having the issues in the previous releases as well, where clients are already using it. Now, when we're trying to fix that, so someone has to test it, right? It could be UI fixes or it could be database fixes or whatever the fixes. So everything should be backported. And when we are backported, then so type of testing you should perform, which is backward compatibility testing. So next type of testing is block box testing. So what is all about block box testing? So black box is nothing but where I am not much worried about internal details of the applications. Black box means I have no clue what is there inside. Only outside how the application look like I know very clearly, but I do not know how internally it has been implemented, how it is really data is flowing from one end to another. Everything I won't be knowing it, right? I will be knowing it very high level, which we call it as a block box testing. What is boundary value testing? So boundary value testing is nothing but this is also another testing technique. Basically, boundary value testing is a testing technique. Basically, when you are trying to gather a test data, where I'll be covering up a test data which is covering all the boundaries. Let's say we are talking about 1 to 2000. Now 1 to 2000, so you should also be testing for what if I give a data of 0 or negative or more than 2000, right? How your application is going to behave. All the boundaries, you will be testing it just to ensure that your application really works as expected. So next type of testing is branch testing. What is all about branch testing? So branch testing is nothing but it's a white box testing is also we call it as a unit testing as well, which is normally does by the development team, right? Basically here we would be testing every flow of the application code, where application code will be debugged, every line of code, and it is also been where while, for loop, different loops would be given in the program, right? And we are ensuring that for each data we are moving towards different flow of the application. So that is all about the branch testing. So what is component testing? So component testing is nothing but again a white box testing. Basically, this is also being done by developers when they are trying to write a code at the component level. What is end-to-end testing? So end-to-end testing is nothing but where we are giving a end-to-end perspective. When we are trying to test an application, we will be looking at the end-to-end perspective, such as from the UI to the business logic to the database, right? And also across different networks, which will be covering, and every aspect would be taken care as part of the end-to-end testing, where again the third-party APIs or third-party applications, every aspects will be testing as part of the end-to-end testing. What is exploratory testing? So exploratory testing is again kind of a ad hoc testing, where we are not doing a kind of a formal testing where we will be writing a detailed requirements or we will be writing a detailed test cases. You won't be doing there. Exploratory testing is nothing but where we are going to explore the application. The main role is we will have to able to navigate or explore the application from one source to a destination. Now, if during exploration, if you are seeing any issues which is coming in between, then we'll be logging the defects. Our goal is, can we explore the application without having any issue? Every line, every code, every section, every UI aspect, every business logic, we would be trying to explore in this way. That kind of testing, we call it as a explore testing or exploratory testing. So what is functional testing? The functional testing is nothing but where I will be more concentrated on the functional aspects of an application, and I'm not bothered about any other things. So I'll be only concentrating on the functional aspects. I'm not much bothered about what is there inside, how the code has been written, everything. I'm not much worried. So this is a more of a black box testing. The functional testing is nothing but a black box testing. So what is gorilla testing? So gorilla testing is also can be called as a monkey testing, where randomly the testing will happen, right? Where we are not seeing much things, where somebody will come and test the application left and right. He tries to break the application without much bothered about requirements, all those things, right? So where basically every kind of testing would be tough perform just to break an application. That kind of testing is called as a gorilla testing or a monkey testing. So what is an integration testing? So integration testing is a kind of a testing where we try to integrate the various components. We try to integrate the various different components, and when you're trying to add up more components together, during that time, when the multiple components are getting integrated, so we would be testing a kind of a testing which is nothing but a integration testing. So what is all about installation uninstallation testing? So installation and uninstallation testing is a kind of a testing when we wanted to install your application into their customer environment. Then a detailed steps of procedures would be followed, right? That could be full detailed installation, or I will be doing only partial installation, or it is just a upgrade, right? There are various way we can go and install an application. When customer is trying to install, then if some issues faced out, that kind of similar kind of operation you should do at your development stage as well, just to ensure that how the end user they are going to install or upgrade or whatever, right? Same kind of scenarios you should do it in your environment and see to that everything works as expected. That is all about installation and uninstallation testing. So what is all about load testing? So load testing is nothing but a non-functional testing. So load testing is a kind of a non-functional testing. Basically, our job here is to test or to ensure for a given application how much load we can give at a maximum. So that is the aspect we will be measuring as part of the load testing. So load testing, let's say we have a Flipkart, right? We have a Amazon web applications where they announce a big billion days or different promotions. If they do, if they're not sure how many number of people they may anticipate, if they do not know, then there is a big challenge. So hence they should do enough testing just to ensure how capable is their application, how capable their application can handle with the kind of load which the anybody access their application when there is a season, right? So that is where the testing should be happening, right? Different kinds of testing should happen just to ensure that their application should work as expected on whatever the load conditions. So that is all about load testing.